Please, Michael, you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, family?
Ain't nothing all right. I'm in a little online studio thing.
All right, look.
What's up?
I said, how does it look on your end?
Oh, it's clear. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I text everybody else about joining the call. I don't know if they're going to log in or not. Talk to Brother Vaughn and everybody. So we'll just see if they're going to call in or not. But, yeah, when I called in, they said it's going to be a 1 cent per minute charge.
Yeah, right. Really?
Yep. Which ain't shit. 100 minutes is $1, right?
Yeah.
I noticed the number changed, but the caller ID didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the ID didn't change.
So how you feel? How you been doing, man?
Man, I guess I'm a fucking, what you call it, got a lot to talk about, I guess, shit. Nah, you know, I guess there's stages of it.
Back in Connecticut, huh?
Yeah, but I stayed. I came and stayed. It's been into July. Yep, July, and then got on with Amazon.
Okay. How you like that?
Yeah. It's a real slavery shit, man. You know, the system.
You still got your oldest boy too, huh?
Yeah, but he in the South. He stayed. He's in South Carolina still. He good though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's on autopilot.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this shit kind of like, I won't say it threw a monkey wrench in anything, but definitely caught people off guard.
Yeah, it did.
There's always something though to start the year off that becomes the main topic or conversation or issue of the day. You figure probably the most common repeat offender of this is like police on black violence in the first part of this last decade.
Right.
That shit ruled for like 3, 4, 5 years. As far as like the setting the tone of what the country was going to be dealing with, whether it was a case or something or actual act of violence.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Did y'all state legalize it yet?
Huh?
Did your state legalize it yet?
Nah, they're still on the medicinal. Massachusetts got the recreational and the medicinal.
Okay. That's for Beanstown?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we rocked out, man. We got a lot of topics on the table we can talk about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When was the last time we rocked out? The last year? It's been like 2-3 years, huh?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2. I don't think 2. But
okay.
Nah, man, it's been an amazing process just to get to this point, man. I've been working a lot on the back end as far as looking at the archives and shit. I had contacted TalkShoe also about about some lost episodes, like some of the first episodes and shit is gone. I'm like, yo, you can't. Is that a part of your Was that something you screened and decided wasn't appropriate based on their guidelines, new guidelines and shit, you know?
But they deleted some of our shows?
Yeah. There's some shows that's gone. I was like, damn, that's kind of, you know, that's something like Sean Papa, man. But now I've been wanting to get back on. I just been working on just pretty much the structure, man. I've been downloading some shows. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the library or back end or something, some of the other stuff. But yeah, the topic of today I did put on the show was the 2020 pandemic dialogue, This is something we talk about. We've talked about a lot in the past. It's something that it's always sat in a I feel like something like what's going on now is always sat in the background, because when you think about race, you think about the system of white supremacy, outside of discussing how to use bioterrorism or biological warfare or something against us, we don't really look at the overall impact of something like this on the world as a whole and us being affected by it,
Right.
We always try to play the role of roaches. We always been here, we're gonna be here.
But they always reacting to situations instead of preparing for situations.
Yeah, it's kind of like go with the punches, adapt. Let's see. I see how people treat it like a vacation.
Right.
The wild shit about Amazon, though, I was going to add on to this, was so although Amazon's not a non-essential service, they're still open with as far as like what they're selling, so people can still order stuff on Amazon, and people at a fulfillment center where I work at will still, stock it or whatever shit for them to be able to receive it. But like the environment at Amazon is a dirty ass fucking environment, and a part of the job just to be prepared for the day consists of you having to be around 100 to 150 people. And this is me talking about it. If I'm speaking in the context of believing that the virus is what they say it is, and if I'm just gonna follow the guidelines because you gotta follow them regardless of if you fucking believe the shit or not, right?
Right.
So I naturally wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go and be around a bunch of motherfucking nasty ass people.
Right.
If it's at my job, and I'm exempt from having to participate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I bear witness to like the company letting you know, you don't have to come to work. You just won't get paid, but it won't count against you or anything because of the circumstances. So for me, I'm like, well, I'm going to just take the rest of the month off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so that lasted for a week, so the policy still stands, but they added this, we'll pay you $2 extra if you come to work.
Mhm.
So now you got the people who are like, well, I got a mortgage to pay and shit don't stop for me or whatever, even though the system itself is fucking stopped. You got people still trying to act as if if they didn't pay their fucking mortgage on the first, that they're gonna get a bill even on time, possibly. They don't even understand what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The scope of the idea that this is not finite is just never crosses the person's fucking. The average slave's mind is that master's always going to be master, always going to be in control. He's always going to have safety mechanisms in place and all the things that make you a comfortable slave. You know what I mean? So I went to work after not going to work for a week, right? And well, I mean, you only work 4 days a week, so shit. I mean, you got the easiest fucking. So I go to work on a Sunday. Actually, it was this past fucking Sunday. And this past Sunday, I went to work and decided my ass wasn't coming back after this shit. I'll let whatever the fuck's gonna happen. Because I was like, this shit is not for, this is just a breeding ground. You got at any given time, let's say at full capacity, it might be 3,000 people in the building, 4,000 people.
Right.
And so, on low volume period in the season, you probably got about 300-400 people. You know what I'm saying, per shift. So you're like, yo, man, the bathrooms ain't clean, man. Cafeterias ain't clean, man. Y'all got Clorox wipes and shit at the lunch tables, and hand sanitizer everywhere. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. So I immediately thought about this. I was like, people who ain't been coming to work, who've been sick, already got the shit. And so we coming to work, and they're trying to promote the idea that we're helping the greater good of humanity when we're only helping people buy Twizzlers and shit they can't get from the store, if that's even available in the fucking inventory, in the supply line.
Right.
In the supply chain. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, fine, you ordering baby diapers. I mean, what I'm saying? Was that essential? If you run out, you still have to figure out how you're going to wipe your kid's ass and keep it dry. So it's up to an extent. It's almost like you're realizing what's an actual, what's a privilege and what isn't a privilege. So I have coworkers that ask me. They say, "Well, are you, how you must got it easy for you to not have to come to work." I said, "They telling you not to come to work, and you still going to work."
Right.
There's a difference.
Have you been going?
Nah.
Right.
Not since this Sunday. Because I was like, if this shit plays out how it's looking like it's gonna play out, then Amazon's gonna be a fucking a place where sickness is festering because you're not lowering the population of workers. You're actually hiring more people. You don't have no screening process, no cleanliness standard, no nothing. Right. No ventilation, you don't have shit to be having all these fucking people around each other, and then everybody lives in different states and towns and shit. I got coworkers that live in New York. They commute from New York to come to fucking Connecticut to work for Amazon. What the fuck?
That's
so
crazy.
they're not an essential service. They're not an essential service. But they get to exempt themselves from that by having policies that one won't pay workers to be out of work, right?
Right.
And then two, you don't have nothing in place to safeguard workers who do come to work. And that's just a Jeff Bezos.
Right. And people only reacted because, it strictly became a state of economics with regards to, still got to put food on the table, right?
Yeah, it's an inconvenience to them. It's an inconvenience for the average working person.
Right. And then
I can't slave and validate my life through my employment.
Right. And that's slave talk.
I can't pay my bills on time. And
right. That's slave.
I love my bills, Life ain't the
Right.
same without these types of responsibilities or obligations. What am I gonna? What's worth being beholden to other than the system?
Right.
Let me go to work and keep this bitch alive.
Right.
Let me do my
like
part.
I said, that's that slave talk. If you know,
and these aren't doctors. These aren't doctors and teachers and shit. These niggas is getting paid minimum wage and shit.
Right. Because only only. And, because we've been conditioned to assume that your employment validates your status, classification, and role in society. You feel me? When we know that you have to be able to provide money to pay your bills. Feel me? So we often take on jobs that don't define us, right? I've been among your peers who, to prove a point, when you ask what they do, they'll purposely, I don't like talking about my job. You feel me? Because once you hear what I do for a living, automatically you start defining me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When we know you are not your work, you just have to do certain things to provide for your family. You know what I mean? Well, right now you're seeing the slave mentality at this iota. You know what I mean? With regards to what's going to happen with regards to the shutdown. Am I going to be evicted? And I really like the conversation Seti put out there, because this probably what it took to remind a lot of our folks what it is we need to be structuring our politics on. You know what I mean? Right now, we've become so dependent on the system that once the system shuts down, niggas is losing their minds. Not just us, shit, everybody. You know what I mean?
Everybody. Yo, how about how when you think about the way the system allowed for other people to benefit off of black people,
right?
And now they're in the same position, and they're in the same position as the population they preyed on.
Right. And this is the first time where you're not ordered to have to report to work. And you would think slaves would be, we would be rejoicing right now, right? But we fail to realize that we've survived every plague, every government, every atrocity created to, hold us down. Every president, you know what I mean? Every religion, we've survived all of that. You feel me? You got people losing their minds right now with regards to this president that's in office right now, thinking, that this just happened when, all this happened just since Trump been in office. Feel me? And kind of fail to realize what the hell just happened after President Obama came. After President Obama, became the first black president, the standards and criteria to be a president just got lowered. Like,
You said after Obama, the standards of being what a president is got lowered.
To the point where even a white man named Donald Trump with no history in politics can now become president. Feel me?
Right.
And he saw it coming. Feel me? And people be, they be bashing me, but I be, I ain't got no problems with him, because no president's been for us. Even Obama, when he was in office, he had a script he had to follow. He had lobbyists who positioned their politics to get pushed ahead of ours. You feel me? And if he didn't follow that criteria, he would be replaced or assassinated. You feel me? So he followed crossed every T and dotted every I to make sure that.
Yeah, it's crazy how that's like expected. It's funny it's how that's expected, as far as if you don't stay in line.
Right.
It's expected that controversy or your demise may follow in this position.
Right. And I thought that, I was sitting there waiting like 8 years. You feel me? And Bush, who was before Obama, he had plenty of nickel. Really exercise his power of authority as president. Feel me? This nigga was able to create a war in Iraq with no means of justification. Feel me? Other than him being the president and having the power to do so. Feel me? Trump, after Obama, had the ability to first off create a wall on the border of Mexico. You know what I mean? Because he simply had the influence and power to do so. Feel me? Obama did more for homosexuals and the gay community in his presidency than he did his own people. You feel me? So, in that regards, you know, no presidency for us. We're everybody else losing their mind. Feel me? We are a unique group of people because we are the descendants of slaves. We became, I won't say free men because we're still not free, but once we were no longer considered to be property, now our whole integrating into the society has more or less been on controlling our numbers. You know, last night, me and the Queen was watching my Alpha 21. Feel me? And, it was to remind, us of what the real issue is, even when some of our people choose not to look at racism. We have to look at the fundamental principle and how they function as a collective body with regard to making sure that, we are not, how can I put it, that we will never elevate. And the main purpose that they came to the conclusion was maintaining our numbers. You know what I mean? So when you look at people who own animals, for example, right? You got to get your cat or dog spayed or neutered, right? You have to control the population of rampant dogs and cats, right? You need to realize that we were the first people who fell and still are falling under that type of treatment. You know what I mean? Making sure that they monitor the numbers of our people. Seti said it, when he was talking in the lecture before we jumped online, where he was saying, like, for the past 70 years, our numbers have still been the same. Feel me? That's political. That's statistics. Statistics can be modified. Feel me? They do that on purpose, to reflect that, in 70 years there's been no true growth. You know what I mean? Even though the main cause of death for our people is abortion. Even though it's every week there are more black babies being aborted, and the deaths are higher than the death toll in the Vietnam War. We're still here. Feel me? We're still here. You know what I mean? So we need to keep that in mind right now with this so-called shutdown with this disease and how it, what I mean? Like Sadie said, when we were free, we had no land, no property, no nothing. You know what I mean? We know how to create magic. We know how to take nothing and make it into something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just saw that we're in the 70.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that. I just saw a figure that we're in the 70 million. We're in the number of 70 million Americans who are being told to stay home and stay safe.
Oh yeah. And it reminded me of a lot of the shows we had that dealt with, not just only nutrition, but survival, right? And brother, I think a while back we had a show and we was talking about how the human brain has the ability to recall and retain all information, but will only do so when necessary, right?
Yep. So,
when you see our brothers and sisters that get locked up in the prison system and so forth, they're in isolation. These motherfuckers are geniuses, creating all type of ways to make fire, tools, right? So right now, in this isolation, if they were to cut off the power, for example, niggas gonna revert back to which they thought they forgot about. You know what I mean? You're going to start remembering all the shit you learned. And you'd be surprised. You're going to be like, damn. You know what I mean? That's why, for example, before this situation happened, there was a ban. There was a limit on, they monitor us. So there was a limit to how many of our people can go back to Africa, for example, right? Niggas had to pass criteria. The same criteria that was set for Africans that want to come to America, right? They're not going to send the most influential and charismatic Africans to America that can unify and connect the two lands on a political basis. They're going to send the sellouts. They're going to send the ones who really embody their values. Feel me? Same thing goes for
especially the capitalist-minded ones.
Oh yeah, especially them. So even though you can take the average Joe, me and you, because I'm exceptional because of my history, but I'm not going to toot my horn. So the average Joe, me and you, if we were to go to if we were to go to Africa or a third world country, a so-called third world country, we would benefit the people because we lived in a so-called city. We know we know the main elements that's required to facilitate a city. You know what I mean? Where for sanitation, education, politics, organization, right?
Yep.
We
assets. Knowing where the assets are at. Yep.
You feel me? We're the killmongers. Feel me? I love that movie Black Panther because it showed how one descendant of Africa who came back as, reminding the Wakandans of our plight in America, you know what I mean, and throughout the world, was able to completely change the whole, right, fictional movie, right? But we all gravitate to Killmonger, right? He was a villain, but he had a righteous cause, right? What was his cause? To arm the black people in the world with weapons from Wakanda that could liberate themselves. You feel me?
Yeah, it was a noble cause. He had a noble cause.
A noble cause. Feel me? And it was noble that, let's be real, you seen the movie. He put hands on T'Challa, huh?
Oh yeah.
Once his powers got stripped from him, he was playing with him for a little while, and he cut that boy's face. That was a wrap, huh? It was a wrap. Started getting serious with him. You feel me? And easily, y'all up here. What do you say? Y'all up here living up straight. You know what I mean? Y'all up here cool while our people suffer.
Looking nice. Yeah. You got it made.
So getting back to my point, they know this. They know that, if, me and you were to move out there, we would have more of an impact on their development because we've lived among Europeans, right? We know how they think, right? We know, the politics in terms of how they, if you are a nation of color and you are seeking assistance, whether it be from a natural disaster, right? You're going to have to accept, their policy on, what's the term they use, babe? The birth control, right? Along with, the policy of being what? Servitude. You feel me? So even, politically, even when you in need, you can't ask your enemy for help because you're doing that in a position of being weak. Feel me? And by doing so, you're going to change the whole nature of the politics that you have originally in your own country. Feel me? Simply because either a natural disaster hit or a politically created disaster was hit with the intentions of breaking your system, right? Get you to ask for some form of assistance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me and you was over there. We would tell them, no, we don't need no American help. We got this. Like Dr. Clark said, you got African nations with all the resources buying rice from Asia. You feel me? When all rice needs is water. Feel me?
Yep.
You see, so we would be the ones who would teach, inform them on how we can reassess their resources to benefit themselves. So that's what we're seeing right now. You know what I mean? I'm so happy, Brother Cause, because this is the first time that a disease or epidemic was created that didn't come from Africa. Huh?
Right, it didn't originate. It didn't originate there and go out like, yeah, exactly. You're right.
Even when we were young, right? Remember the bees, the killer bees? What they say? They were Africanized bees.
Africanized, yeah, weaponized African killer bees. Yup.
SARS, right? Swine flu. And we forget, like he said, that America has always practiced chemical warfare. Feel me? What that shit called that they was worried about and coming through the mail?
The ricin, the anthrax.
Anthrax. Like he said, do you know what anthrax is? Cow shit. Refined cow shit. They was laying, like he said, laying among them animals and found out, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers start dying off and found out that was the source and weaponized that shit. Feel me? Anthrax is refined cow shit. Feel me? Even the, we've seen it with the migration that the Native Americans was forced to go under when they had to walk from Florida to Oklahoma, accompanied by United States Armed Forces on horseback. And once they got to Oklahoma, they were instructed to give these people blankets that had smallpox. Feel me? We forget that when you watch Ma'afa, they were plotting to, and they did, but putting shit in the water so we couldn't reproduce. Feel me? The little time I did spend incarcerated, you ever heard of saltpeter, Brother Cause?
Saltpeter. Yeah, I heard of that.
When they put that in the water in jail so you can't get an erection. Feel me?
Oh, so it's like it's a form of neutering you almost.
Form of neutering.
Mild castration.
Mild castration, right? When we look at George Washington Carver, right? And white folks loved him because he revolutionized the whole nature of agriculture in America, right? Brother said that the plants talk to him, right? White folks love peanut butter. You ever notice that? Now, what's that? That Nutella, what that shit is? That hazelnut spread? What that shit called, bro?
Nutella.
Man, they love that shit too. Feel me? And back in that time, have you ever heard George Washington Carver speak?
Oh yeah, like he has no Adam's apple or something.
Right. Very high pitched voice, right? Never married. A lot of people thought that he was gay, right?
Mhm.
And when we look in history, he was castrated at an early age because the Europeans, the crackers that bought him, had a daughter. Feel me? And they wasn't finna allow, they thinking ahead of time, right? So they castrated him. Feel me? To give you a visual, you seen Django, right?
Yeah, man.
And what did he say? You the exceptional nigga. You did 1 out of 10,000, right? And before they was gonna do whatever they was gonna do to him, the first the nigga was gonna do was castrate that. Huh?
Yeah.
He gonna get punished. We gonna kill, right? But we gonna make sure that he don't throw off no offspring. They got that type of genes, right? That will be defiant. Feel me? They even went as far. They went as far as slaves that wanted to run away, they went as far as designate them with a disease. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spell it to you. DRAPETO, mania, right? Was a conjectural mental illness in 1851. And American physician Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized as the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity. The disease calling slaves to run away. Feel me?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna stay on Django for a minute, right? I've heard Amos Wilson speak on this. A lot of our black leaders, right? The defensive mechanism that Europeans put in place in us is self-hate, right? You don't have to worry about our movements and our behavior because he's, as brother, our late brother, inculcate. What the brother name is, Brother Solomon was inculcated in us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second defense mechanism he put in place is the role of the house nigga. Feel me? He was duped. He was finna pay $12,000. You feel me? For a nigga, or he was finna allow, he was finna get duped. And then his house nigga, Samuel Jackson, saw the chinks in the armor, right? And once that happened, he came in there and he had the skull of an African. Feel me? He used anthropology. He used eugenics, right? And was, he's doing a science lesson now. Remember that part in the movie when he saw the back portion of the, what I'm talking about, when he saw the back portion of the brain?
Yeah.
And said that there's a got to talking about this is old such and such. You know what I mean? He used to cut my daddy's, he used to shave my daddy every week, feel me? And I'm thinking in my mind why he never cut his throat, feel me? And he said that it's a gland in our brain that's docile, feel me? Power himself, reminding us that I'm facilitated and protected because your own kind. Well, you feel me? And that's what we got to do with our traders, bro. Feel me?
Oh, yeah.
So we seeing a lot of coonery going on right now.
Yeah, you got the coonery. You got the coonery. You got the political double speak going on. I like how unruly Americans are, man. It's unruly and it's ignorant. That when you see how the news is swayed, if they have something that they don't agree with, they'll throw it out there under the bus publicly, like the youth who are partying in spite of being told not to be around large groups, and them interviewing these young motherfuckers, and them just like they know what the risk is, but like they say, they really don't give a fuck, So the future, if you were gonna depend on the future for the future to save you without leadership or wisdom, you're fucked. You know what I mean? They still would have to have some level of leadership or structure just to sustain themselves. When you look at what's been proposed with this pandemic, the double speak I was gonna talk about was how when we're dealing with declaring martial law versus coming up with microaggressive, very, very soft and subtle words that do work on the human mind to deter it from getting angry about the idea of martial law, you know?
Right.
You know, you ask to stay in a house, but because you're not being, forced to be in a house or whatever, well, aren't you being forced to be in a house if you told you can't go to work? And so then where else is there to go? If all recreation and entertainment spaces are not available, it's like herding sheep. You don't like whip your sheep, you know what I'm saying, for them to go where you want them to go. You kind of cut off all avenues, knowing that they're going to eventually follow the path of least resistance, even if it's not where they don't want to go.
Right.
It's the only fucking place they can go.
Right. Because you know the behavior, right? The only thing we've been allowed to do to some extent is to, I guess we call it turn up, right? But for us, we celebrate small, minute things. But to be honest, it's really an escape for us, right?
Yep, absolutely.
What Amos Wilson say, the poor man drinks a beer, the rich man pops a pill. But the whole purpose for our people staying sedated, drinking, is really to escape the black hate. You feel me?
You said the black hate?
Yeah, the black hate. You know, the ache of surviving everyday society in America. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That fucking, it's just that, yeah.
Because what are we celebrating? It has to be
celebrating the
small.
Break. Most of our people celebrating the break, man.
I mean, and we quick to celebrate, and that's our nature. You know what I mean? We celebrate holidays, but let's be real. That's because we ain't got to work holidays, right?
Yo, and that's also because we're the hardest work. Yo, we work hard, man, even for no reason, man.
You know what I mean? So we spend a lot of time.
We'll watch white folks work with least effort, right? And still gonna work harder than they do, regardless of the fact that there's no reward for it. You don't get no greater reward for being black and working harder in this society in the face of a white person not even putting forth half of the effort you're willing to put in to get the same result. And so I think, I'm like, see, we really believe in it. We really believe in our place subconsciously as the labor force, as the most dependable group of people ever assembled in a society. Like the nigger has never failed America.
Huh?
The nigger has never failed America. The nigger has never failed America.
And see, I'm going to piggyback on that for a minute. Donald Trump knows that. Huh?
He knows it. He knows it. He lives in New York. He knows it.
I was down south recently, right? A couple months ago, right? Well, not recently, but a couple months ago, right? And I'm at a restaurant, right? Waiting for food. And, down south, you've been down south. I'm from California. It's more racism in California open, than it is down south, right? Down south, they've been dealing with it for so long that they're not hypocritical with the racism. So white folks ain't going to live where niggas live. They're not going to shop where niggas shop. You know what I mean? They ain't going to be sitting there chopping up with you. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there waiting on our food, and it's me and one white family and a bunch of Latinos, right? Mexicans, right? Oh, they down south, all in Mississippi, right? All in Atlanta, right? And I'm a red, black, and green on, feel me? The European, knowing this, was more comfortable with engaging in the conversation with me than Latinos, and my perception was because he felt I encompassed American values. Feel me?
Yeah. At the core, at the root of it all, is he knows you from here. He knows you are a local. You're one of the indentured. You're one of the indentured servants of the original colonies. You know you. You're part of the. We built. We're like built into every facet of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it
started
like when they say
sports.
Like when they say a white person
see
a nigga on the plane during 9/11. A white person see a nigga on the plane. I said when a white person saw a nigga on the plane during 9/11, and he on a plane, he see Muslims and he feels suspicious. The moment he see a nigga, he feels comfortable. He's not alone.
I'm telling you, he's not alone.
This nigga might save the day.
Now, another program I've been watching, right? You've been watching Godfather of Harlem?
Nah, I heard about it though. That's got
man
in it.
Yes, Flame. Oh, you gotta check that shit out, but Flame. Me and the Queen sat there and watched the whole season in one night. You hear me?
Yeah.
You seen the film, what is it, Hoodlum, where Lawrence Fishburne portrayed Bumpy Johnson, right?
Yeah, I seen that one.
Okay, now after that one, after the war with Dutch Schultz, right? The Queen passed, when she got out, she passed her power over to Bumpy, right? And she fell in love and married this handsome brother from the Caribbean, right? This brother was using her for her money and was cheating on her, right? So the Queen found out about it and shot the brother. Feel me? Ended up doing I think she did about 9 or 10 years in jail, right? Got out and moved to Staten Island and retired, right? She was very wealthy, right? In this time period, Bumpy catches another case, right? He catches a dope case where the Italians fucked up, right? And did, I think, 10 years in Alcatraz. So when you watch episode 1, I don't want to tell you too much. I want you to watch it, right? He's just getting out of Alcatraz. It's 1963. He goes back to Harlem. Malcolm X is in Harlem, and Adam Clayton Powell Jr.
Wow.
So he has to take over Harlem again from a new, and these are real people. Ken Gigante, right? Who was a driver for the Genovese family, who became the boss when he went to jail. He put his driver in charge, right?
Ooh.
Flame, bro, Flame. You get to see both sides, three sides of Black Power, of 3 leaders. Adam Clayton Powell Jr., the first Black congressman, right? Using the political platform. Malcolm X using the religious platform, and Bumpy in the streets. Gangster, huh?
Wow.
It's on Epic. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to, you know what I mean? Spoiler alert, but watch that joint. You off. So, yeah, you off. We got a lot of time on our hands. We can fuck around and go back live tomorrow and pick up on that. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been something, man. Like, it's crazy when you work a job for a period of time and then you don't know how to take a day off and shit.
Right.
You don't know how to not fucking be loyal to the shit. You know, it's what it has is a bit of programming involved, man. It ain't all about taking care of what you need to, because like you either are or you ain't. You know, you either can or you
Right.
can't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not as fucking complicated as you know, it's not as complicated as that. But looking at how this company manages people, you realize that this, you know, Amazon is a standard, and it's the prototype. It's using technology in a way that it's going to socially be applied to a large number of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's logistics. So you look at people as products, and what is the system in which you want to manage the flow of products is logistics. You know, and so we have a logistical issue here. We actually have a logistical issue as far as the system's concerned too, because of how people move in and out of certain systems for the benefit of this whole body. You know, it's sick. So you kind of you see why they're being given a permission to kind of function with a level of autonomy.
Right. You know what I mean? Because we practice, you know, we practice more. We you know, the perfect citizen. Feel me? Because we are descendants of slaves, because we know white supremacy is rampant. You know, we adhere to the law. We know the law better. You know, every black person in America is low key a fucking paralegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas know what the police can and can't do, and when you remind them of that, they remind us of, nigga, we really don't need the law. We can just do what the fuck we want to do. Feel me? See, so you know, we just a peaceful people. Feel me? See that we see the good in a lot of things. You know what I mean? That's really our trap. Feel me? We celebrate holidays that we don't even know about. You know, because we see it as a day from work. So it must be a good thing. So let's make it good, right?
Let's celebrate a good thing, right?
Feel me? You know, we've been involved in every form of revolution that came about before slavery and after. Feel me? And like Dr. Clark said, you know, every time, you know, it was to their advantage. They turned on us. Feel me? So right now, in this time, we need to be practicing the selfishness of survival. Bottom line. Feel me?
Well said, man.
You know, fuck up with your loved ones and have real talk. Feel me? Spend some time, you know, that's what I'm finna start doing, you know, spend some time reading them books that you didn't have time to read because you had to go to the plantation. Feel me?
Yeah, even writing a book, shit.
Or like, that's even better. Go ahead and start writing a book. Feel me? Because you got number time on your hands. Now is how you choose to, you know, to use it. The slave master, you know, suspended operations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. It's almost like slave masters left the plantation and falling ill. And things can't run the way they need to without them being around.
You feel me? So, you know, this is the message we need to be, you know, telling our people with regards to, you know, our greatness. We survived a lot of things. You know what I mean? Even when politics were against us, and nature was. You feel me? You know.
Yeah.
And like Seti said, you know, this is a people who's always been plagued with disease. Their introduction into human history begins with diseases and plagues. Feel me?
Yeah, you know, it's deep is how they always, and that's what their focus is, always anticipating the next thing that's going to get them fucking sick or could get them sick. Mm-hmm. And trying to head it off at the pass.
Feel me? You know, shit, look at America. you know, as they teach us in school with the lies, but you know, like Dr. Clark said, study the radical European writers. Feel me?
Mhm.
The ones who go against the grain. You know, and I've met a few professors and so forth, and they were very adamant in, you know, the facts that surrounded, you know, how the Europeans came over here and brought them diseases, and a lot of the, you know, the Native Americans were wiped out from disease. Not only just the genocide of them killing, feel me, but the diseases that came with it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like General Teddy said, that comes from practicing an immoral lifestyle. Feel me?
Yeah, man, I was gonna get to that. It's natural though. It's not even something that you can teach to some people, man. They just a lot of people don't have that in them. The humanity of as far as their whole being isn't really that clean.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Cleanliness isn't a top 5 priority. It comes in and comes and goes.
Right.
That's why I say it. So that's why if you say something is a disease and it's based on it thrives in an unclean environment, like why would unclean people be allowed to leave unclean spaces open with people freely flowing in them? You're like, wait.
Right.
It's because it, you know, what's dirty for some is clean for others. That's a standard thing.
The other night I'm doing looking at some, you know, board, going over some statistics and shit, right? Looking at AIDS, right? You don't even hear about AIDS no more with regards to it affecting our people. You know what I mean? And then
they got these community newsletters that shows like AIDS is now undetectable. You can get it undetectable, so don't be affected by the stigma now. You know.
Feel me? And I'm looking how, you know, in South Africa, prostitutes with AIDS having babies, and the AIDS ain't even with the, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
They kids, feel me? Like this whole so-called pandemic, you know, whether the numbers are skewed or not, we know that, you know, the way diseases, you know, work, there are going to be a large number of people who get infected and die, and there's going to be a large number who are, you know, develop, you know, an immune to it, right? The main, for our people, for the world, is going to be the black woman. You know what I mean? The goddess, you know, the soul survivor. That's why we get our strength from, because our mothers gave us the correct genetic, you know, makeup to maintain our survival. Feel me?
Mhm.
Like you seen what's that shit? Residential Evil.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil.
The Umbrella Corporation, right? Who's the main character in that movie?
Shit, is there one? Look.
Is it a male or female?
Oh yeah, they got the female.
Why the female?
Good question, Nikolai.
Because females have mitochondrial DNA. Whatever they're infected with, and if they develop a tolerance for it, they gonna produce antibodies and store them so that their kids will not be affected. Feel me?
Not affected by it, yeah. Just like what is.
So she's the key, right? In her DNA lies the cure. Feel me? splice. If you notice, the majority of these so-called creatures that are being cloned or created, they're females. Feel me?
Yep.
Because you see what I'm saying? When they come up with these books, and you know, first it was not out of Africa, right? How they said that the multi-continuum model is that human beings left Africa at the Homo erectus stage, migrated to their given countries, and while they were there, mutated into modern man, right? Shake it to D up, smash that. Feel me? Because you said Africa is the only continent that has all 6 types of human evolution. Feel me? Nature does not strike twice. Feel me? So they're not gonna credit him, but they're gonna come up with this evolutionary Eve. You heard them, that all people on the planet are related to a black woman. You heard that before?
Yeah. She's everybody's mama.
Everybody's mama, right? Because everybody got a piece of her DNA in them. Feel me? So these are some things we need to keep in mind during these hard times. Anybody else in the chat room? Anybody else call in?
Nah, not at the moment. We riding just in a 2-seater tonight, make a ride.
Oh man, we cooped out.
Yeah. Cooped out. Yo, so how is the environment in Cali with this tentative? I don't know what to call it.
The schools was closed down. The schools was closed down. White folks losing their mind. Love. See, when I made a comment the other day when I said that I respect Trump because he's an honest liar, right?
Yeah.
People were like, well, that's an oxymoron. Feel me? What do you mean he's an honest liar and so forth, right? I was like, well, this is his first run in politics, right? So he's not like most politicians where he's a trained liar, right? He lies in defense of his ego, feel me? When it comes to confessing his ignorance, feel me?
Yep.
He lies about shit he don't know, feel me? And I agree with Steady. This may be, this only 3 months. This been a very unique year. Feel me?
Yo, it's been, you know what? It's crazy. You got more things going on in this year than maybe double the amount of time in a given period, like a 6-month period. 3 months of shit.
I
think it has more to do with the long-term effects. The long-term effects of what's going on.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's on a scale of what it's on a scale of what 9/11 was.
Right. And see, they've how can I put it? They have overdone the scare tactic of war with regards to a foreign agent enemy, right?
Yeah. So it's got to be something. It's got to be something non-human. The germ-based, a virus. It's a good scapegoat if you want to use one.
If we want to use one, you know what I mean?
It's a card, it's a card they always seem to have in a deck, man. and you saying that about people, like other human beings aren't the threat anymore. Now you would think it's supposed to be a unifying thing, or mankind needs a unifier to act right, but he needs to die. He needs to be faced with imminent death and doom. That's why the idea of like, if we were ever invaded by something otherworldly, that would unify the human race.
Independence Day, Will Smith.
Yeah. We just would have what's that called? Universal basic income, and it'd be just like them Jehovah Witness pamphlets on the inside front page with everybody living with the animals and beasts and shit.
Feel me?
That's what we go. Are we going for utopia? You know what I'm saying? Is that really what this shit's about? Is the goal?
Right.
Is the goal of Is even the goal of globalization utopia? You know.
Right. You see?
Peace and harmony, but only on the crackers' terms.
On their terms.
Still,
right.
Only on the cracker terms.
Forced inclusion. You know what I mean? Every scholar that you've heard is coming to your psychology with regards to what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like like one of the biggest things that Dick Gregory said to me, well, not just to me, but he was speaking, and he was saying that athletes and entertainers have never been in a position to really support the movement. You feel me?
Yep.
That goes totally against what they were, why they're getting paid millions of dollars for. Feel me? They're
not even designed with like integrity. Integrity has to be outside of what they do.
Right.
It has to be something. It has to be a part of what's more to them. You know. Yeah.
Right.
That's. Yep.
What's the name of that white boy that wrote that book, Beheld the Pale Horse?
Richard Cooper. Robert Cooper.
That came up missing.
Bill Cooper.
William Cooper.
William Cooper.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember watching one of the rare videos where you get to see his face. Well, not rare. He was doing lectures too, right? But he was speaking on like entertainers, right? Like, and this is back in the day. Like, why would a baseball player receive $3-4 million? You know what I mean? What's the purpose for that?
Right. He's only playing a fucking game, right? What game is that? What game is so important?
Right. And he referenced the Roman Colosseum, right? And all these facts tie in, right? And when we look at our teacher, our mentor, Walter Williams, right? And he was going over his two books, the Historical Orders of Christianity and the Historical Orders of Islam. He was stating that during the crisis or this contention between the diversity, right? Both sides arguing over this created creature Christ, that they closed down the Colosseum Games, right? What's going on right now?
Same thing.
Huh? No more football, no more bad vibes?
Yo, they took the stimulant right out. Like the direct stimulant people had, the damn the drug, the distraction, the fun distraction, like, you know.
Why? Because that's on y'all. Well, y'all might. I don't see why not. I don't think the world is going to end with y'all getting soda. Just be mindful of what the last 2 liters y'all got and when we go back to the store. I mean, y'all going to have to ration it out.
Right.
Y'all going to have to ration it out. Man, meaning y'all can't be turning up on soda as if it's still flowing. Y'all gonna have to ration out half a cup.
Right? It's for real too, Vikarad.
I mean, even the kids gonna learn how to ration.
Yo, everybody.
It's 4 of y'all and 1 2-liter bottle of soda. Y'all gonna have to half a cup, and it's all about timing, right? When you choose to drink it.
Yeah.
Like having I don't want to use this analogy, but it's like rare wine, right?
I was gonna say champagne. Yeah.
Champagne. There you go. You had that first glass, and then after that, you follow up with water. Put some water in that shit, goddammit. Shit. Y'all know what Gail going on. But yeah, brother, feel good to hear your voice and, touch back bases.
Yeah, man, it's important. It's still necessary, man.
Oh, man.
We actually got identical state situations right now, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Championship.
I think other states are gonna follow suit.
16. Count. Yep. You see? So this is our time, let's make something positive out of something negative, right? For a while, after that, we can speak on it now. Ever since that that fallout with that debate, right?
Yep.
It's shattered, huh? You don't hear about the Moors too much kicking up dust, the Hebrew Israelites, or Amon-Ra squad, huh?
Nah, they're resurfacing talking about the vaccines and shit.
Sarnetta, he interviewing Baptist ministers. Feel me?
You're right.
A man that sat at the footsteps of Khalid Muhammad. Feel me?
Absolutely right. 1 second.
That's hard to do. How do you revert back to that what you've been? You know what I mean? Crazy. Well, we got the ride ahead of us, family.
Yeah, man. Yo, hopefully, by summertime, you know what I'm saying? Look,
right.
This could be a first year long issue that anybody's dealt with, in recent time.
Right.
Like it being a constant. It being a constant.
I was looking at this report. We talk about Italy, right? And how they in quarantine, right? They were speaking on Florence. Florence is the city underwater. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And how clear the water has been. Feel me? And I thought about a show we had a while back, and I was like, if we don't take precautionary steps now, it's gonna go beyond just a simple race war. Because what's the point of us fighting if we don't have an inhabitable planet to live on, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna put my 2 cents in it, right? When we talk about divine or the ancestors providing help, right? This is my theory, and we can talk, chop it up. The one who takes the position of defending this planet, defending nature, feel me? Defending who's polluting the water, who's polluting the air, the earth, right? He's going to receive help. He's going to receive help from nature and animals. Feel me?
Yep, from both sides. Yeah, that's from all angles of life. Yep.
That's how you gonna know that's the one. Not because he says so, but nature's on his side or her side. You feel me? On their side. Like what that movie? Damn it, that movie that old boy made about the purple people?
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar. That last battle, right? I like how they had the ability to tap into every living thing on the planet with their tails. Feel me?
Yeah, they were synchronized with all the life forms.
Feel me? We've lost that ability. But you can't lose something that you know what I mean? You lost it out of force because of, and I'm gonna digress for a minute, but I think young Pharaoh feels the same way, right? Man,
yeah.
I'm gonna be extreme. I'm gonna say this, but y'all know me. Man, we have been invaded by aliens for 2,020 years. Just how long they've been keeping track. Feel me? And it didn't start out as no aggressive takeover. It was infiltration. Feel me?
Well, yo, you know what's crazy? I'm listening to the Who. I was listening to the Who conference today with them talking, and they said the biggest issue is gonna be for them.
Right.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, the biggest issue for them is gonna be getting us to take the vaccine. Yeah. That's gonna be the biggest issue. They said after all is said and done, can you get the American population to take the fucking vaccine? If you can't get them to fucking go in their houses, how the hell are you gonna get them to take the vaccine over some shit they don't even believe is real? It's not it's impossible. The average person is gonna decline, man. So you'd have to keep this issue occurring at a high rate in order to justify people not giving as much resistance to getting a vaccine after the fact, for the sake of man, for the sake of humanity.
Right, we know it's something more than what they, you know what I mean, and then
there's more to it. Like one person,
yeah.
Well, who's the real target of this all? Who in the end, as far as this thing progressing on, who is the main target? Who is the person they want to affect with this the most?
The minority.
Affect, not infect, but affect. Yeah, exactly.
Us.
Yep. Us.
Yep. And
we're still the main resistance. We're still the main resistance to any change in order politically in this country and in most places. In Europe.
Right. I was looking at some of them bullshit maps showing the infected zones, and I'm looking at Africa, right? It was about 3 days ago. And the only nations in Africa that were affected were the Arab states. Algeria, right?
Oh, yeah.
And people been coming over there bringing it, you know what I mean? But it didn't start from the motherland, you know what I mean?
Nah. Yes, it's not a Negroid.
Yeah. And it has the same characteristics. It has the same characteristics almost as AIDS, because I'm listening to a lot of shit. I don't know how factual it is, but I heard motherfuckers say that you can have it for 2 to 14 days before you even know it, right?
Before you even know you got it.
Yeah, see, that'll let you know that it's a strand in that virus that has a human DNA that allows it to enter the body for a small period of time without being detected. Like AIDS.
Yeah, like there's something that allows for it to bind to to human biology in a way that it almost is symbiotic.
Symbiotic, and we know a little bit about biology. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When you exhibit right, when you exhibit the signs of a fever, right? That's the body fighting infection telling the body to heat up, right? Let's cook this motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm. Smoke them out.
That's the first time. Right. Let's smoke them out. They're under attack, right? A virus that can survive in the cold. What?
I was gonna say surviving the cold and still be just as potent in the heat. Yo, 'cause there's parts of the world right now where it's thriving and it's summertime.
Right.
It's thriving where it's cold.
That's how you know the hospital's cold.
Huh?
Why are hospitals cold?
Right. It's supposed to limit the spread or the growth of cells, infectious cells, right?
Right. Bacteria and viruses, right?
Yep.
This motherfucker thriving in the cold. This motherfucker has received a boost. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
Well, we're going to see. We get front row seats to this shit. You know, get your food, get some water.
Yeah, you got to post up. That's it, man. Don't overexert yourself trying to save it. Don't save a falling system. And let me tell you, in warehouse work, you got something that's heavy, don't go save. If it falls, don't go after it. Trying to save it, let it break. Because you trying to save it, you matter more than it does.
Right. That part.
That's safety 101 too.
All day.
Yep.
So we're gonna start doing you been watching Gilly and Wallow?
The what?
Gilly. The what's that show, $1 Million Worth of Game?
No, what's that?
That's Gilly and Wallow. You know who Gilly is, right?
Oh, a rapper.
Yeah. He got a show called $1 Million Worth of Game, right? Be on the lookout for Brother Cars and Minkara.
No doubt.
On the conscious level, you feel me?
Yeah, man. Definitely.
You know.
Well, tomorrow's Saturday, Minkara.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
ready
I'm
to do
around.
it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm in.
Okay. Well,
Just let me know
BB48.
Yeah, let me know what time's good for you, and then I'll set the post up and take it from there.
No doubt. We're gonna just have a follow up to our previous discussion. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, family. BB48.
BB48. Be safe, fam.
All right, one.
All right.